What's up,
on?
bro?
What's up?
Finally got the faces to the four horsemen.
Let's
So my
go.
name's Mo. Pass it over to whoever wants to say whoever they are then. Tell you who we are then, what we do.
Go
Want
ahead,
to take
Ralph.
it away, Dave? I'll
Go,
take
Ralph.
it.
You got it.
All right, my name's Raph. With Four Horsemen, I really mostly do tennis, but I'll chime in here and there. So, I'll defer to these gentlemen most of the time, but I'll chime in with my little insight as well.
As y'all see the little Giants thing behind them, it's okay. We feel
I
for
suffer.
him.
I suffer. Daniel Jones is my quarterback, bro. I don't need to be heckled.
Yeah, that is true. You go through enough.
But yeah, I'm Professor Prop here with Four Horsemen as well. Check us out on Twitter. It's our tag right there. Do a lot of free bets. Drop a lot of free analysis. So just tune in, and just give us a follow. All right. So let's get straight into it, boys. We got the Bears versus Texans Sunday night. Who wants to take it first?
I think Ralph had a good point, honestly. I didn't even think of it until you said it.
Well, my entire notion on that entire game is essentially I don't think it's that complicated. I don't think we need to overthink this. At the end of the day, the Bears aren't ready. They're not a ready football team to really go and compete against the Texans, who are already a playoff team. They're on year 2 of what they're trying to build. I don't think the injuries on either side is going to really change that very much. I don't think Odunze is going to be playing, which is really just worse for the Bears as it is. And I know that the Texans are dealing with some injuries themselves, but I don't think it's going to overcome the actual outcome of this game. I think Texans easily cover the spread. I see Caleb having a little bit of trouble with the Texans defense and the schemes that they actually come in, that they play on a weekly basis with their defensive head coach. And I think, eventually, I don't think Stroud's going to have a big day because he won't need to. So they're going to end up running the ball a lot. I love Joe Mixon.
No glove mixing. That's crazy as a running back. That had me laughing on Sunday.
And then, I love Caleb rushing props. I think that's a good thing to target too, because I think he is going to be running. I think you bet a couple unders on Stroud if you're going to bet anything on Stroud. Just because they probably have him a little too high right now. I know his pass attempts was at 34.5. He didn't even throw 34 last week in a game that was a lot more competitive.
Or what back and forth.
Close game last week, yeah.
And then what is that rushing line? 17.5 for Caleb, right?
17.5. I think that's definitely going over. He just really has to break one run.
Yeah, especially defensive mind coach like Ryan's. I think he's going to cook up some defensive plays. He's going to see Ghost out there. He's going to have to try to scramble. I like that personally. I can see that definitely happening.
How y'all feel about the over-under? I'm kind of stuck in between because
I personally hate over-unders, in my opinion. You love them.
I'm just stuck because I don't see the Bears scoring that many points, but I can see the Texans scoring 35 or 40.
Did the Bears even score an offensive touchdown?
No, they had no offensive touchdowns last week. Defense saved them. Run game looked mid. Swift had 10 carries for 30 yards, no touchdowns. Pass game was mid. Keenan Allen, nobody really had no receptions. It's Caleb Williams' first game. You know how it gets. Rookie quarterback, you got to learn how to read defense, timing with the ball, get used to the receivers, all that. But kind of how Rafi said, offense looks fucking terrible.
That's what makes it tough, though, too, because at the end of the day, do the Texans really blow them out like that? And then what happens to get to that point?
Yeah, it could be like the game we watched last night, too. It's just a shit fest then. It's boring.
I think I think they can blow them out. I think last week that Colts defense is early in the season, so we got a grain of salt. They're not that bad. I think the Texas offense is that good. What was it? Diggs, 2 touchdowns. Nico Collins, 110 yards, a touchdown. Tank Dell had a couple big catches. Joe Mixon rushed for 130 yards. So that whole offense was clicking everywhere. They just had a turnover, I think. C.J. Stroud threw an interception, I think. I'm not sure.
He did.
The Colts kept it a little close. They was coming down the field scoring. Only thing with the Texans was their pass defense looked a little, I don't know. Alex Pierce had 3 catches, 125 yards. And mind you, Anthony Richardson.
At the same time, though, it's like Anthony Richardson, though. That man has a cannon.
Yeah.
He had 9 completions, and he had how many yards?
Somebody else had a 53 yards, too, deep. So Seems
But
like
it's true though. I mean, he also missed a lot of throws though too, so you should have
yeah,
more
he
yards.
did. So that
We're gonna touch
secondary.
on Anthony Richardson a little bit later, I'd say, and then like definitely some interesting points I think are gonna come out of that one because Anthony Richardson is the type of dude where if he was accurate, he would be lighting the league on fire every week.
Right.
They probably win that game. I mean, what they lose by 2, 3? They lost by a field goal.
They lost by 2.
That was my 2.
And that's him completing under 50%.
You gotta think you at least get like a field goal out of the misses. Come on.
And John Patel didn't like really go off of that much. He had average of 3 yards per carry. Richardson.
I mean, it's tough. It's tough because at some point in time, like the Texans are just like, fuck it, let him throw. See if he hits the throw. At that point, you can stack the box a little more.
Right. I didn't even think about it like that. Right. And I got Texas minus 6.5. I think they take it by a touchdown. I think their offense too high. The Bears might not be able to keep up. I don't know.
I'd play that up to 9.5. With pretty like if you wanted to just do a straight up play, get some plus money on it, I'd play that up to 9.5.
Yeah. I think this game in like a 31, 34, 14 type of game. Like the Bears might score early, they might get something going. They might score a little late in garbage time. The Texans might get like 2 in the first. So, and then I think the Bears score at least 2 touchdowns. They do better than last week. They gotta Caleb got to score.
He's too good. He's too good to like go 2 weeks in a row without scoring anything.
And then I got a player prop I personally like on the Texans. Diggs anytime touchdowns plus 175. I mean, 2 last week. Collins is hurt this week. He probably will play, but I mean, a banged up guy. He really wasn't the red zone guy though. I feel like Diggs, he had 6 catches for 33 yards. Obviously 2 touchdowns. So that's the guy they want to go to. And I don't think Schultz is going to play. I have him on my fantasy team. I don't think he practiced all this week. So, I mean, that's another red zone guy. You got to think it's either Mixon or I would say Diggs. But Mixon's odds is pretty nuke now at minus, I think, like 120. So it's more like a parlay guy. Yeah, that's what I mean. So it's more of a parlay guy for me. It's something that's hard to kind of play single. But Diggs plus 175, you got to think. Missing guys out. He's already been a red zone guy. Bears have a tough pass defense, but you got to pick a guy plus 175. I feel like that's hard not to beat.
I like Diggs there. And, like, people always keep talking about all these weapons. Last week, you got to think about it. C.J. Stroud did a very good job getting the ball around. You say Tank Dell, 7 targets. Diggs, 6 targets. Nico Collins, 8 targets. And they all had, like, that's evenly getting the ball around. Everybody's getting looks. Joe Mixon had a lot of carries. He had his touchdowns. So they got everybody involved.
That's going to work. Everything that people said about the Texans that was going to be questionable. Oh, is Mixon going to be productive? Oh, is Diggs going to start bitching week 1? Like, it's not. It's not happening because C.J. Stroud is that guy. He's going to make sure everybody eats.
Let's see how Tank Dell does, though. Let's see. Hopefully he gets his volume like last year. I don't want him to be a 30, 40-yard, 3-reception guy. He's going to get upset. So let's see how that plays out. I don't know. But same game parlay, y'all want to do one or no?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's get it. I like that Diggs touchdown. I think he gets in there again. It's good value. Either Mixon, Diggs get in there. Nico Collins wasn't practicing. Hopefully, they put him out there as a little decoy.
My personal opinion, if you want to go for the safe route, I'll go Mixon. If you want to go for the odds, chase a little bit, take Diggs. But you're really
let's do a little chasing.
A little chasing. You want to get the money? I respect it. You know me, my parlays.
What you liking, Ralphie?
I'm gonna go on Stroud under 34.5. I think that just based on on the consensus of us 3, Texans are gonna eventually just start running them up and down.
No,
I don't think he passes 35.
You really don't have a reason to either. I mean, Bears defense won the game. Why even give them a chance? They had 2 pick sixes or something like that, or 2 picks. Come on now, you gotta think.
You said who under 35.5?
Stroud under 34.5 pass attempts.
Pass attempts. I like that. So I'm trying to add in the parlay now to see the odds. Let me look see if we can add that.
Yeah, I was doing the same thing. I'm
gonna drop it on the screen, but I want to see if we can. Okay, we can't, but I like that. 34.5 minus 128. I like that. That's a good play. The one I like.
The best team in the league now, the Philadelphia Eagles.
Go Birds.
Is it that time?
Y'all ready for that?
What was the third leg on that, or are we going 2 on the SGP?
I was going to say Joe Mixon over 70.5 rushing yards. I think they kind of like you said, they waste a little time to get ahead. He breaks a few big runs. He did good against the Colts last week. I think they do it again this week.
So for the folks keeping score at home, that's we got Diggs anytime touchdown, Stroud under 34.5 pass attempts, Mixon over 70.5 rush yards. That'll get you a plus 750.
Yeah. I like that. They gave up a lot of rushing yards last year too.
Mm-hmm. And at plus 750, I think that's a real nice value.
Oh yeah.
Would you put for Caleb again?
Oh, we actually didn't throw that in there. That's just another good play. Yeah.
Honestly, what's the odds to be thrown in there? Just for shits
if you throw that in there, you wanted a little 4-legger, you're at plus 1,600 now.
I missed the one. What'd you say? We got
50.
Diggs,
that's 1,000.
We got Diggs, Mixon, and what else?
We got Diggs, Mixon, Stroud under pass attempts, and Caleb over rush yards.
Over rush yards.
Yep. Make sure to follow Twitter. We'll get that tweeted out to y'all. For the visual people out there.
Yeah, and for those who need the Twitter, by the way, it's under Mr. Props handle.
Big ass head.
funny. Yeah, it's not letting me add the passing attempts. I don't know why, but yeah, 765. I'll drop it on the screen, drop it on Twitter, just make sure you follow.
It also depends on your book, by the way, and we'll talk about this a little later in the show too, about how you really should be comparing lines across different books, because different books will give you different stuff.
Facts. Great tip, brother. Literally. Shop lines, it can give you advice literally without even talking to anyone. You have one line where it's the same play, where it's plus money, and then it's minus money, you know?
Mm-hmm. And it happens all the time with these books. There's variances everywhere.
Yep.
All right.